guys and welcome back to my channel. We haven't met before. My name is Shiv. Hello, if you're coming back then welcome. So in today's video I'm filming this look for you right here with the Technic invite only eyeshadow palette, which looks like this. It looks like a dupe of one of the Huda Beauty eyeshadow palettes. I don't have that to hand to kind of compare to, but this is the look that I created. I wanted to feel a little bit sexier today. I'm just in that kind of mind frame at the moment where I feel like, come on, where is your sassy self? Restore her. So that's what we're doing with makeup. But yeah, I really like the way this look turned out. I did have a little bit of trouble along the way, but you will see that later in the tutorial. If you would like to see how I created this makeup look and kind of like my brief thoughts on the palette, then please carry on watching. So in today's video, I'm testing out this palette from Technic Cosmetics. This is their invite only pressed pigment palette, which looks like a bit of a dupe of one of the Huda Beauty ones, which I don't have, but I'm going to test it out. I know a lot of brands have tried to dupe the Huda Beauty ones with that kind of like textured effect. So let's just jump straight in and see what we create. I'm really trying to work on my like camera settings and everything at the moment, so bear with me while that gets better. So packaging wise, it just comes in this cardboard box with like a clear front. So I'm just going to open it up. I've had this for a while, I just haven't had time to like film with it. I have loads of videos planned. This is kind of taking a bit of a back burner, but we are going to film with it today if I can get it open. Oh, okay, I just completely ripped the box. Okay, so this is what the palette looks like. Packaging wise, it's just kind of cheap feeling plastic, but I don't really mind that at all as long as the actual eyeshadows themselves are good. Doesn't really have any information on the back of the palette, but when we open it up, this is what it looks like. I can show you right here. Can you see it? Can you see it? So we have some gorgeous shimmery shades and some nice like warm kind of brown tones, which I love. I think I really want to go in with like these kind of gold shades that have the pink in them right here. So I think I really want to use those. And then I'll probably go in with like pretty much like all of the matte shades. Maybe this in the lower lash line. We will see. We will see what we create, but this is what the palette looks like. So they don't have shade names or anything like that. There wasn't like a plastic sheet or anything with like the shade names or anything, so we're just going to go in and I'll show you which colours I use. To start off with, I'm actually going to take this darkest shade right here in the palette. I'm going to pack that into the crease of my eye. I've already done my brows, as you can see, and put my eye base on. I used my Bella Pierre makeup base just because I absolutely love it. I'm just going to press that into my eye just to make sure there's no like excess product. I'm just going to go into this shade right here. Okay, there is a little bit of fallout in the pan, if you can see that, and I'm just kind of very lightly tapping my brush, but that's never been something that personally bothers me, but that's something just to bear in mind. So I'm going to do one eye on camera, then I'll finish the other eye afterwards. So I'm going to start with this eye, just packing down that concealer again, the eye base I mean, and then I'm going to go into the shadow and just start by packing that into the crease. I'm going to try and do a more like circly type look, but we will just see what happens with that. So I'm just going to start by really packing that into the crease. Good pigment, doing like packing motions because where we've got that wet base I don't want it to pick up too much product and like transfer and stuff. So I'm just tapping that into the crease. So far so good. I'm just going to start by very softly blending this through the crease just so it's nice and smooth, but I will be taking other shadows later to like blend it out. Okay, do you know what, I'm going to wing it out. I'm just going to do it into the crease. I'm going to try and do a more like circly type look, but we will just see what happens with that. This is because how I like my shadow. So far so good. It's going on nice and smooth. I woke up this morning with the worst throat and like all my sinuses are blocked, my hearing's gone, my nose feels funny, I keep sneezing, so welcome to the winter, people. Okay, so I think next up, I was actually going to go in with this colour, but I feel like they're too similar, it won't really make much difference. So I'm going to take this one right here, which is a much softer version, a lot lighter. And I'm going to take that on a Zoeva 227 Luxe Soft Definer brush. I'm just going to go into the shadow right here. And I'm just going to use that to blend out this shadow. I believe I've just realised every single thing that I'm using in this tutorial is all drugstore. Amazing. So I'm just going to start by going directly over the top of the edges of the other shadow and just diffusing that out in soft little motions. So far, so good. The eyeshadows are blending really nicely together. Really like that. That was kind of effortless, you know? It's kind of my kind of vibe. I'm just going to go back into the darker shade we used first, just to re-intensify the crease. I saw the Hustlers movie the other night. Was it last night? Was it last night? I think it was last night, or the night before, I can't remember. And oh my god, it was amazing. J-Lo is incredible, and at the beginning of the movie I was like, have I taken the wrong career choice? Totally joking, but you know, she's inspired me to want to be a bit more sexy, even if I'm not like, you know, being a stripper or anything like that. Just for me, you know? So I'm going to do more of a sexier smoky eye today. It's kind of picking up a little bit now, just there. I don't know why it's doing that, but we're going to work with it. Now I'm going to do a cut crease using the Bella Pierre makeup base. I'm just going to take the skinny kind of, almost like a lip brush. These are the kind of perfect brushes I personally find for doing this. I'm just going to go into the concealer. It's got an angle on it as well, so you can really get to the details. Then I'm just going to cut the crease. So I'm just going to start by pulling it from the inner corner and just following the socket round. We can always make it a little bit neater in a second. Then I'm just going to fill in this empty space. Then I'm just going to pat that down so it's nice and smooth. So the colour for the lid, I'm going to take, there's a few really pretty shimmers and I don't actually know what to take. Do you know what? I'm going to switch up my plan and I'm actually going to take these two shades right here, just because I do love a burgundy, and at the moment I want to feel like my sexiest self. I feel like I've been really letting myself go, not in like a dramatic way. I just feel like I haven't really been like the sassy, sexy Shiv recently. I just feel like I've been the cozy, fresh face Shiv, which is fine, but I want to switch up a little bit. So I'm going to go in with the colours that I know make me feel good. I love wearing burgundies on the eyes because I really feel they make my green eyes pop. So I'm going to start off with this kind of rose gold shade right here on a MAC 242 brush. I'm going to spritz it with a little bit of Primark's primer water. I'm going to pack that on the kind of inner half of the lid. Oh, okay, it's more like a pressed glitter. Ah, okay, I literally have nothing on my brush. Yeah, like nothing is coming up. I'm really not a fan of pressed glitters. I find them so difficult to work with. Okay, that's not working out. So, update people. We are going to take this shade right here, which is the more pink, and hopefully that works out. Okay, honestly this is not working out how I expected. It's like really chunky, so much chunky that I can't get it on my brush. I feel like these would be better to place on with your fingers, but I'm not a fan of putting it on with your fingers. Okay, I've managed to get some product on the brush. Okay, I've managed to get a little bit of product on the brush from that shade. I'm just going to go ahead and pack that on top. See, that does look so pretty. It's just very difficult to work with. But yes, very pretty. Once that's on the eye, that does look really nice. It's just a bit of a pain to work with. So, not the quickest look, but you know, we can carry on. I think this one here, which is the next one I want to use, as pressed glitters too. Is it just a glitter? Okay, I've scraped some of like the product back with my brush and then put it on the brush. I've managed to get a decent amount. Let's see if we can do something with this. It was so far so good to a bit difficult, but we can do this. Oh, there's way too much product on my brush. What am I doing? Okay, I'm just gonna really like manipulate the pressed glitter. Just keep like pressing it into the concealer so it really does like stick down. The cut crease is not so neat anymore because of the glitter, but what I might do is take a glitter liner just to kind of like smooth over it a bit. Okay, and I'm gonna start like putting that across into the lighter pink shade. Not my favourite, I'm not going to lie. I feel like I should have put a darker base underneath the glitter, but it still looks pretty. We can work with it. Okay, next up I'm going to put on a winged liner. I think I'll do the glitter afterwards. This is the Revolution Renaissance Flick Liner Pen. If you've watched my videos before, you know I love this eyeliner. It's so good. I think it's £5 and it is amazing. So I'm going to give it a shake and then pop on a wing, just going along the lash line, pulling it up towards the brow bone, pulling it back in and then filling in the extra part. I will take my time with this because I have glitter on the lid. I don't want the felt to like move all the glitter around. We totally have glitter everywhere, so I'm just going to wipe over the liner with a tissue just to try and get some of the glitter off, and then we'll just go back over the wing, try and like either cover up or remove some of the glitter flecks. I feel like I want this look to be perfect, so I'm just going to use that to like map out the shape I want. Then I'm going to go in with a liquid liner on top. So on top of the liner I'm going to pop on another liner. This is the Wonder2 Superstay liquid liner, and I'm just going to use this to try and cover up some of the glitter. Okay, I feel like that's, oh my god, my stomach is rumbling. I feel like that is as close to we're gonna get with the black line. So next up, while that dries, I'm gonna do my waterline. I'm gonna take the Technic Kohl liner. This is just in a black shade. I'm gonna pop that in my waterline and kind of smudge it under the lower lash line as well to put a shadow on top, just so it's really nice and smoky. Oh my god, another thing with pressed glitters I hate is you always seem to get little specks in your eye. Then for the lower lash line, I'm not going to put a shimmer on because I feel like it will ruin the look. So I'm going to take the darkest burgundy shade that we popped in the crease to start off with under my lower lash line. And I'm taking it on the Sigma Exact Blend E32 brush. I'm just going to smudge that under the lower lash line. I'm going to finish the lower lash line like smudging it out once I've done my face, because I have glitter all underneath my eyes and I want to clean that up first. This palette doesn't really have like a highlighting brow bone kind of colour, so I'm going to take the Technic Colour Fix highlighter palette and I am going to take, I think I'm going to take this kind of pinky frosty colour right here, pop that on my brow bone. This is a Fancy Co brush, and also on my inner corner. Ooh, that's pigmented. Okay, I was not expecting that, so I'm just going to go in with the brush that had like the lighter like mauve shade on it, and I'm just going to attempt to blend out this highlight. Then I'm going to pop some glitter liner on through the crease. I just want to neaten it up a little bit. I'm going to take the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Eyeliner in the shade Volume. You can get that in the 3-piece Christmas set. Just popping that directly through my crease. Then I'm going to curl my lashes. Essential step, these are the Superdrug Rose Gold eyelash colours. Just give them a little boost. I'm taking a product now that I haven't really used in a while, as in like I haven't used this type of product in a while. This is the Lash Primer. I'm going to pop this onto my lashes just to try it out before my mascara. So I'm just popping on the Lash Primer through my lashes. It looks like it has like little fibres on it. I was expecting it to almost be like pure white, like, you know, back in the day they used to have the double-ended mascaras. One would have the eyelash primer on and it would be like thick white stuff that would like set and make your eyelashes like so thick. This, I feel like you really have to build it up, but I can see it's kind of like adding thickness to the lashes, which is good. I am going to pop on some eyelashes anyway, but they aren't like the biggest eyelashes in the world, so this will help. Okay, I feel like I've got a decent coat on there. Then I'm going to go in with my Technic Mega Lash Mascara. I've used this a few times on my channel and I actually really like it. I've been using it every day, and this is a water resistant mascara. To be completely honest, I don't really know if the lash primer did much, but this mascara itself is really good. So for lashes, I'm going to pop these ones on from Eyeliner. They are the Enchanted Princess of Paradise lashes. I'm going to pop this on, then I'm going to do the other eye, and I'll be right back to do the face. Okay, we are back. Now it's time to move on to the face. I'm going to start by priming the skin using Primark's Primer Water. Just going to spray this all over. For For foundation, I'm actually going to take this one from Collection. This is the Lasting Perfection Ultimate Wear Foundation in the shade Cool Vanilla, and I actually got this from Poundland. It was in one of those like pre-made like packets of makeup, but I actually saw this in Superdrug the other day, so I don't know if this is like the old version of it or I just got lucky and found it in Poundland, but I'm going to use this and test it out for the first time. And I'm just going to put that on the skin using the Spicy Choco Kush Blend Sponge. I've already dampened this so it's nice and damp. Obviously that's what you do when you dampen something. Okay, that's definitely not Cool Vanilla. Look, it doesn't look a thing like the colour. Oh, balls. It looks so much lighter in the bottle, like it looks like my actual skin colour, and now I just look orange. Okay, I'm just going to have to work with this foundation. Oh my god, I look so silly, it's so orange. Okay, that foundation is definitely not my shade. How is this Cool Vanilla? It's literally like a sun beige colour when it's literally like warm. That's Cool Vanilla. Ugh, so annoying. And I've got a low neck top on, so we're really gonna have to work this foundation in. It's got decent coverage though. Okay, so we got there with the foundation. I literally blended it everywhere. That one is very deceiving. As you can tell from the bottle, it looks so much lighter than when it came out on my face, but there you go. The finish looks quite nice. It went on nicely on my skin, so maybe I might have to give it a go in a lighter shade. Okay, so next up I'm going to take the Bella Pierre Contour and Highlight Duo. I've lost the lid, please don't judge me. I'm going to take the contour side, which is right here. So I'm just going to contour in my usual places, so around my forehead, under my cheekbone, under the jaw, down my nose and under the lip, and I'm going to blend it out to help add some shape to my face. And then I'm going to blend it in using this Smashbox Cream Cheek brush, just in little blending motions. For concealer, I'm going to take my Wonder 2 Last and Foundation Concealer in the shade 20 Medium with a flat synthetic brush and conceal my usual places, so chin, under the eyes, forehead, down the nose, the usual. And then of course I'm going to blend it out using my Spicy Choco Kush Blend Sponge, just in dabbing motions. Next up I'm going to set the face using my Technic Colour Fix Water Resistant Pressed Powder. This is in the shade Bisque. I've used this quite a lot, as you can see. Hit that good old pan. And I'm going to use this to set my face just with a powder brush. Just, there is a hair on it. Just setting that into my skin. Pressing that into my skin. What just happened in that last 10 seconds? Oh my god, it broke. For bronzer, I'm going to take my Technic Superfine Matte Bronzer. This is in the shade Medium. It's a very pigmented bronzer, so I'm going to go in with a really, really light hand. Bronzing up the outer perimeters of my face, down my neck. For blush, I'm actually going to take this Primark Pure Blush Matte and Shimmer Blush Palette, and I'm taking this one right here, which is called Fever. I'm going to pop that onto my cheek. And the brush that I'm using is the Zoeva 126 Luxe Cheek Finish Brush. Just literally like stippling that onto my cheeks. Blush is so underrated. I'm just going to go back to the brush from very early on in the beginning, the one that had a really dark shade on, and just use this to kind of buff out the lower lash line a little bit. Then I'm going to set this into place using my Primark Matte Setting Spray. I'm going to go back to the Technic palette and I'm going to take the same shade we used on the brow bone, that kind of like frosty pink shade, and pop that on my cheekbones. I'm also going to put a tiny bit of that on my inner corner. Then I'm going to add some mascara on my lower lashes. For lip liner, I'm going to take this one by Revlon. This is in Rose Fard or Blush. I can't work it out, but it's a lip liner, so I'm just going to use this to line my lips. Then I'm just going to pop on a lip gloss. This is the Technic High Gloss, which is in the shade, does it have a shade? Kiss and Tell. So I'm going to pop that on my lips for a nice glossy lip. And this is the finished makeup look using the Technic Invite Only eyeshadow palette. I really like the way this look turned out in the end. I'm not gonna lie, I did struggle with the pressed glitters. I'm never a fan of them, and I didn't realise they were pressed glitters until I like dug my like brush into the pan. I don't know if you can see, but like this one here is pretty like squished. But yeah, I mean, the mattes in the palette were really good, and I did manage to get a pretty nice eye look out of the palette, but it was just a little bit difficult to use. So not my favourite, but we got a pretty look out of it, and I think it's alright. It's good. Yeah. It's not like world-winning, amazing eyeshadow palette, but I definitely got a good look out of it, and the mattes performed really lovely. But yeah, if you did enjoy watching this video, definitely give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. It means the absolute world. Check me out on Instagram. I'd really appreciate it. And I shall see you in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye! Why computer, you've got to be loud now. You're fine for like 10 minutes. Sorry. I'm tapping a little before I put on my mascara. Then I'm going to go in with the Technic. Next up,